We got Tommy G exposing the most corrupt mayor in America, and let's see how this shit goes. Let's see how it goes, man. Let's go.
Can you explain to us a little bit?
I wanna, you guys step over there on public property.
The goons have come out. Tommy G, they call me. Milwaukee representative. Hello, folks. I'm Tommy G. Today we're looking into the most corrupt mayor in America, allegedly.
Y'all see that picture, right? She's black. So let's see how this go. Hey, I'm fucking around, but hey, Tommy G, watch what you say, man.
The mayor. Is she a hero or a villain?
Oh, nah, they squatted.
We're in a town with potentially one of the
Damn.
most corrupt mayors in America. We're still looking, but this is just for videotaping. Look how many police they brought out here. Are you gonna get in your vehicle? I'll get in mine, you get in yours?
One day while scrolling through TikTok,
This
I was
shit
assaulted by
crazy.
a barrage of videos covering Dolton, Illinois Mayor Tiffany Henyard. She refers to herself as the super mayor as well as the most powerful woman in Chicago's South Side. But does she
Dalton, Illinois, super mayor of Chicago's South Side. That's some ego-like shit. All right, man. Let's see how this go. Like, this already looked crazy from the first cuts that they had in the beginning of this video.
use her power for good? People on the internet and in her own community have been calling her the most corrupt mayor in America, and here are some of the things she's been accused of. Stripping business licenses away from people that don't contribute to her charity, pay-for-play kickbacks and bribes, taking lavish first-class trips on the taxpayer dime, making the city pay for her own personal ice skating rink, using the taxpayer money as a marketing budget for self-promotion for things like 122 billboards with her face on it, and using tens of thousands of taxpayer money dollars per month to hire a PR firm that's designed to clean up her image. And I'll give her this, her image is tough to clean up. Here's some more reasons why. She double dips as both the mayor of Dolton and the village of Thornton Township supervisor, and she's made it so that if she's not reelected as supervisor, the incoming person would receive a 90% pay cut. She's racked up credit card debt like she's trying to set a record, and she tells the residents things like better have my money and compares herself to Martin Luther King. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. It's alleged that she rolls around like a crime boss. Some people claim that she's even gone as far as having the cars of people that oppose her shot up to intimidate them. She rolls around in a convoy of extensive private security, of course on the taxpayer dollar, and it's said that she has the police force in her pocket partly due to the outrageous amounts of overtime she allows her
Ooh,
officers
she got
to
them
be
niggas
paid.
on
Again,
overtime.
on the taxpayer
Oh,
dollar. I hope
man.
you're noticing the theme here. Unfortunately for Tiffany and her police chief lapdog, Officer Louis Lacey, I have in my possession receipts, disciplinary forms, documents, and insider information that we will be diving into in great detail today. Folks, this channel does not stand for bullies, and by the end of my expose, I'm sure you'll draw the conclusion that Tiffany, Officer Lacey, and their cronies are not only bullies of the worst kind, but an absolute disgrace to the title of public servant. The FBI is currently investigating her, so I hope she gets to see this video, but I'm not sure what the Wi-Fi situation is in Cook County Jail. Let's begin the episode.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't really ever see Tommy G go in on somebody like that. So, man, this is about to get interesting. Like, off the shit he just named, overtime, cops like the mafia. She went from mayor to mafia boss. That's crazy. So, yeah, let's get back into it.
Back to work like shit ain't nothing happened. Was gone 190 some days, but shit, I'm back in action. Pull on this block and put my gloves on just like Michael Jackson.
Hopefully, folks, if you're watching this right now, you have the privilege of living in a democracy. And if you live in a democracy, that means that you've elected people that should represent you and have your best interest at heart. Right now in the United States, we have a crisis with our politicians. There's an awful lot of people that are abusing their positions of power to enrich themselves and to you, the citizen. You can look at the national level where we have people like Tommy Tuberville, Nancy Pelosi, U.S. senators and congresspeople that, while being full-time politicians, are also somehow the best stock traders we've ever seen. They're outperforming Wall Street. Today, folks, we look at it at a local level. We're looking at the most corrupt mayor in America. And
Bro, I be saying that shit, and don't nobody really care, cause everybody caught up in their day-to-day, but like, how the fuck are you a politician and you are outperforming the NASDAQ and the Dow Jones and all of that. You want to know why? Because you fucking insider trading. Like, you insider trading. You shouldn't be allowed to own stocks before you get in the office. But now that they sitting on a boatload of them, watch what happens when they pass a bill that says you can't own stocks as a politician. They're gonna fucking dump all of their stocks right onto your fucking head. They gonna dump all of their stocks right onto your fucking head. So that's all. But yeah, anyway, that's outside of this point. Let's get back to it.
I have to say allegedly because this mayor, Tiffany Henyard, she likes using the legal system. People that don't agree with her or speak out against her. She has a lot of cases that have been filed.
Y'all should be ashamed of y'all, y'all black, and y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman.
I want to avoid
Excuse
being
me?
dragged to court by her. So I'm going to say this is all alleged. This is all my opinion. And we'll let the FBI, who's also in town right now, determine the facts of the case. We're speaking to a lot of people, angry, upset, and ready to speak out against this mayor for all the egregious things she's allegedly done. So folks, let's pull up, let's hit the streets, and let's dive into this story.
Let go of the purse, but I couldn't be without it. Couldn't think, couldn't even eat, couldn't even sleep without it. They locked my dog up for an M and I don't wanna speak about it.
Mayor Tiffany, hero or
Dalton,
villain?
Illinois.
Villain. She really don't be doing nothing for us. She tried to make a big show, a big act, but she not doing stuff that really needs to be done.
We heard that the FBI is in town looking into her.
They are
What is she allegedly guilty of, do you think?
stealing that money. Because you know her family.
Stealing
works
that
with
money?
her. Most likely she's stealing money and giving it to her family and using it for herself instead of giving it to the people that actually need it. And she be having her name
She got
all
right
on
to
the
it.
trucks and stuff. Like, it be everywhere.
Bills obtained by Fox 32 under open records laws shows Thornton Township paid more than $10,000 for the vinyl signs themselves.
If you could speak with her directly, anything you would say to Tiffany?
Do better.
Did you know the mayor, Tiffany? Yeah. Hero or villain? Villain! He's a gangster. Pulling up to the administration building.
Villain.
Trustees.
They said
People
she
that
a
are
gangster,
public servants
all right?
that want to speak out against her. Let's see who we have gathered. So Mayor Tiffany, hero or villain?
From what I know, villain. The security guards is getting like 300 hours on their checks and stuff.
The officers are paid every 2 weeks.
300 hours? 300 hours? Bro, nah, yo. Ain't no fucking way. In Dalton, Illinois, 300 hours? Come on, son. 300 hours, like, yeah, them niggas, like, yeah, them niggas is lap dogs. They lap dogs. Come on, son.
Which without overtime is 80 hours. But when they're put on Henyard's detail, that 80 hours balloons to well over 100 hours, sometimes 200 hours. And in the case of Officer Terry Young last May, 303 hours worked over a 2-week period. That resulted in a single paycheck.
Did this nigga even get sleep? Did he get sleep? Like 300 hours? All right, hold on. Let's think about this for a second. All right, 24 hours in a day. In 10 days, that's 240 hours. It's 14 days in a 2-week time span. You don't work 4 of those days. So let's say 10 days. It's 240 hours total in 10 days. So that means he had to been working 10 days straight. That means all the 10 days. And then you had to be working, what is that, the extra 4 days? Yeah, so that was maybe 2 more of those days. 2 or 3 more of those days. So, like, you would only have 1 day off, essentially. 24 hours, not like you get 8 hours of sleep every day. I mean, you got to work for the next 2 weeks straight. Like, that's fucking stupid. Yeah, you know what? Let's just fucking do the math right here. 14 times 24. I'm gonna just do this shit right here. So I ain't even gotta sit here and look stupid. 24, 336. So he would have to take off a day and a half for the whole 2 weeks. He would get 36 hours of sleep. If this was real. Like, come on, man.
Of more than $13,000.
How does a person put in a 2-week pay period, 303 hours? That's impossible.
How are you securing somebody in your sleep? How are you getting 300 hours so you know that she's pulling money from somewhere? I don't know where. She's not pulling out her butt, so clearly we know it's from something.
I'm rocking some new attire, okay? Rip mainstream media. They've tried attacking me, this channel, because we stand for truth and actually talking to people. So you want to join the resistance, join the movement, link is in the description. And I'm actually going to FaceTime 3 people that buy it in the next 48 hours. I'm picking 3 of you to FaceTime, talk to you, connect you. So join the movement, link in description. What do you expect of a mayor when you elect them? What kind of behavior do you expect?
Leadership, inclusiveness,
What is a trustee?
the governing bodies. We maintain the finances, amend, and make laws for the community.
Now, if she does indeed go to prison for this, will you be putting any money on her commissary?
No, she's using the police as her scapegoat to intimidate, retaliate. People speak against her. They get
Lapdogs.
It's just a lot of stuff.
They
The
try and
police
get on
are
Mayor
pocket.
Detail.
Are they on her payroll or what?
Police are payroll.
Do you think she's a hero or a villain?
A villain. She is spending all the Village of Dalton tax dollars and Thornton Township, which is part of the Village of Dalton.
This is Valeria Stubbs, a vocal critic of the mayor who believes her home was shot up at the request of the mayor, stemming from a
What?
bitter feud they had last summer. Asked if she believed that Henyard was behind the shooting, Stubbs did not hesitate. Absolutely, she told the New York Post.
Bro,
We
she
have
ain't
some of
even
the highest
hesitate.
Taxes, property taxes in the Southland, and because we have a
What
food
the
desert out here, lack of businesses, we need all the tax dollars that we can get. She created Greenwood Falls ice skating rink that is never open, that does not generate any revenue whatsoever.
And it's your mayor, Tiffany A. Henyard, the people's mayor. We're finally in the second phase of Greenwood Falls. And remember, we do this for you residents because
She not alright. Here's the crazy part about this shit. She's not she's not old, so she isn't that old. I don't know how old she is, so I didn't look it up. So I'm trying to figure out where she get this mafioso mindset from. Like, let's just see what this ice ring about, man. I don't even want to talk.
I saw a video where she was in the ice ring having a party.
Only when she's having something is the ice skating rink open.
So she basically has a personal ice rink that she's funded through taxpayer dollars and gets to use for her own parties.
Yes. When she went to a board meeting and dressed as Nino Brown, said that the residents blink better have her money.
What's being referred to right now is the
What?
town hall meeting when Mayor Tiffany walked in dressed as Nino Brown from the movie New Jack City, with the Rihanna song playing in the background, Better Have My Money, as a message to her residents.
every single resident. Pay
Yo,
me what you owe me.
What she fails to realize
Yo,
is that is
what?
not her money. That is the taxpayer money. But this is much bigger than Mayor Tiffany. This is a larger trend around the country of public servants and institutions showing that they have no regard where our money goes or how they piss it away. For example, the Department of Defense has failed their audit the last 10 years in a row and are unable to account for up to
That's a
$3.1 trillion worth of assets. They are accountable to us. We fund them. So my question to them is, where is our money? And
That's
they
a
need to
fact.
answer that.
There's two sides of this. There's the township and the village, and she kind of double dipped. She's the mayor of the.
She's the mayor of the village.
She's the mayor of the village, and she's also a
the supervisor for the Thornton Township.
And combined, her income from this job is.
I say over $300,000 a year because she get perks
Yo,
too.
But she
hold
would
up.
make it that if you.
Is that what mayors? I mean, all right. All right. Fuck this. I'm gonna just go ahead and look it up. I'm not even gonna sit here and fuck around. A typical mayor salary in Illinois is about, it's saying online on Google, I'll say, 80,000 to 100,000. She making 3 times the rate of the highest, I guess, range for a typical mayor of Illinois, of I guess a smaller town. That's what Google says. It may be more, it may be less. I'm not sure, but I'm just going off the first numbers I see. man, like that's crazy, man. That's fucking crazy. Let's get back to it.
The next person that gets elected would get $25,000.
Right.
So that's a kind of way to ice out the competition.
She was appointed to that position, not elected. If she was elected to that position, that salary would go down, and I believe it was approximately $50,000.
The FBI is in town.
And that's exactly what it said right here. It said 51,400 is the 25th percentile, and salaries below this are outliers. So yeah, it said 51,400 was the salary. I didn't want to say that because I wasn't sure, but yeah. Now let me pull this up right here. 51,000. I said typical mayor's salary in Illinois. 51,000. If y'all can see that. So yeah, like they not lying. Like where I got the extra number from, that 80 to 100,000 would be right here. Yeah. So that's why I said don't quote me on that. But yeah, that's the first number I seen. I didn't really think that was it, but they said it, so let's get back to it.
Do you think Tiffany knows she's cooked, or do you think she thinks she's innocent, or what do you think?
I really don't think that she thinks she's going to jail. I'm also a former Cook County Sheriff for the Department of Correction, and I suggest that she go and take a tour of that facility so she can see what's in store for her.
That's, folks, you don't need to be a corrupt mayor to need a lawyer. Is it fair to say that Mayor Tiffany probably needs a good lawyer?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Everyone needs a lawyer. Everyone should have a lawyer in their back pocket. I have lawyers in my circle and they're very helpful. Here's why. Life can happen. One day you can be walking down the street and you get hit by a car. You get attacked by a dog. In situations like these, you need a lawyer.
You can check out Morgan & Morgan.
They are the nation's largest personal injury firm.
Yeah,
one of their victories in the last couple months was winning a Philadelphia client $26 million. Do you want a pipsqueak lawyer that gets the smallest amount possible from the insurance company, or do you want a big dog that walks in there, puffs his chest out and says, give my client his damn money? I know which one I would go with. It takes seconds to start your claim and your injury could be worth millions. Their link is in my pinned comments. Mayor Tiffany, hero or villain?
Villain.
How is Tiffany doing with taxpayer money?
I don't have enough information, and that kind of goes to the root of the problem.
Straight
there
to
isn't
villain.
Much transparency. There isn't much back and forth as far as, you know, hey, this is what we're doing, this is why we're doing it, things of that nature. But then it also goes into different things like types of accommodations and things, and I know a lot of people have heard things about that as far as, like, you know,
you don't need to be in the Bellagio
exactly.
penthouse.
If you're going to get the stipend, then you use it for your meals, you use it for your transportation, things like that. You don't go then and put everything on, say, the township credit card.
They say if you want to find the truth, the best way to do it is to follow the money. So we obtained the Thornton Township credit card statements through a Freedom of Information Act request and got to digging. When we looked through these, we noticed that Tiffany herself does not have a credit card. However, another one of her lapdogs, Thornton Township and Village of Dalton Administrator Keith Freeman, has made some awfully sus purchases in the last year. Take, for example, a round-trip flight from Chicago to DC. Despite an economy ticket running about $200, Tiffany and Keith booked flights on the Thornton taxpayer dollar for $1,265 each. That's first class, folks. Another set of transactions is the Bliss Beauty, a local hair salon, $565 on January.
Yo, she's smart, yo.
February 16th, $1,225 on
She's
February
smart.
3rd, and $1,735
Keith
on
dumbass
February 19th,
going to jail.
2023. Now, my question for Keith and his purchase of
Look at him.
$5,400.
Y'all think he a snitch, chat? Look at this nigga. He 100% going to snitch. When them boys come to get her, because they going after him first, obviously you would follow the money. He's going to snitch. He's 100% going to snitch. Look at him. Look at his face. That's the same face he going to give the cops right before he say, yeah, she made me do it. Like, watch.
$100 on beauty supplies are these wigs for you? And if that case, Slay Queen, or are you secretly buying wigs for Mayor Tiffany and running up the taxpayer dollar for her? Next, let's talk dining. Mayor Tiffany and her comrades love spending money on extravagant meals, like $427 at Theo's Steak and Seafood and $426 at Hamada of Japan are just the tip of the iceberg. In fact, in the first 2 billing periods of 2023, Keith Freeman spent $5,900 towards meals on the Thornton Township card. Which begs the question,
God
folks,
damn.
is this illegal or merely unethical? Because to me, a public servant should not be balling out on the taxpayer dime. The question of legality is not for me to decide. I'll let the FBI handle that one.
Let's just say Tiffany watches this video and you could say a message directly to her. What would you want to say?
Just resign. Just leave.
Let me do my job.
If you're gonna be a public servant, you better act like it or get the hell out. I'll see you in jail.
I would like for you to repent for the sins that you have done.
told her to
or go to
repent.
jail.
We've gone through all this where there's no transparency, seeing where money's been misspent, unfortunately. It's beyond something I think that could be repaired and fixed at this time. It's time to go.
Pulling up to a strip mall to talk to a business owner, Dr. Scott, that has been screwed by the mayor. Let's see what she has to say.
Next, we meet Dr. Scott, who recently bought a strip mall in Dalton. She's trying to bring much-needed services to the community, like a free food bank that functions like a grocery shop. But she's struggling against Mayor Tiffany's attempts to drown her out. Everyone I asked
What?
about Dr. Scott says she's like a saint and can't believe this is happening to her. Let's meet her and hear her story.
Before we even start the story, it's a fucking food desert. So this bitch got the allegedly, this bitch got the nerve to block somebody that's trying to open up a food market in a food desert. And you want to know why? It's probably because she ain't getting a cut off of this. I'm gonna go ahead and say, I'm gonna go out the way and say she not getting a cut off of this.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. We're a nonprofit organization. We acquired this entire strip mall to bring additional programs and services to not just Dalton, but the Southland of Cook County. The shelves aren't full now, but by tomorrow we will have all the shelves full, and the numbers indicate how much of each item they can have. This area here, when we purchased the property, the idea was to open up, a thrift store, to give people access to quality
Shout
items.
out to
We
her,
have not been
like,
able to do that.
How long has this been sitting vacant for?
July.
And you still have to pay property taxes.
Yes.
You still have to pay rent. You still have to pay overhead, insurance, all of
I
that.
still have mortgage. I still have insurance. I do partner
Bro,
with other
in a
organizations
fucking
that
food
give me
desert, bro,
volunteers, but I do have a
she
small
should be doing
fee
everything
that we have
she
to
can
pay payroll
to
because
help
we
this
still
lady.
function. We still try to serve the community by having the grocery store available.
If this isn't able to be funded, whose pocket does it come out of right now?
Mine?
Cities can have layers of bureaucracy that keep you from running your business and making money. And the longer that they keep
100%.
this vacant, the longer that you have to foot the bill, and the longer that they cost their own people. This in particular makes me mad, because when you see someone actually willing to take a risk like she is, and they're preventing her from doing it, it's not a good thing.
All of this space is to expand the grocery store. Right now, it's just being used as storage. Now, this room here is when we're able to do a pop-up fundraiser. We have things that have been donated to us that we sell to the community. All the clothes and things you see are $1, shoes are $2.
Wow.
I received a letter from the village telling me that I needed to have these 6 things in order for them to even begin to think about giving me permits. And that package was architectural drawings, which I've already submitted to the village, but they want to have a state certification stamp on those drawings, and just a number of different things that they were asking for, as though I were building a building. I'm trying to do simple renovations
you
to
know
get
they
us
trying to
back up
ice
and
her out.
running.
Flooring,
And
paint, lights.
they're requiring us to do a number of things
They
that
trying
someone
to
who
ice
is
her out.
building a structure would need to do. For the type of work I'm trying to do, it doesn't require everything that they were listing. They wanted to come in and do a occupancy inspection. I didn't request the occupancy inspection, and so I said, no, you cannot do it.
Because what they were trying to do is come in and write you up for everything.
Absolutely, to shut me down. When we were closed down for 2 weeks because
That's
we
crazy.
had flooded, there was a mother who drove up with 3 kids in the car asking if we were open because she didn't know how she was going to feed her kids. That is what matters to me.
If you could say a direct message to Tiffany, what would you say right now?
It's really unfortunate that you sit in a seat of yes power. In my eyes, you did not do the right thing. I have no idea why you chose to stop something that could benefit the community that you love. You know, you grew here. Everybody else flew here. But I said to you when I met with you to see my heart and know that I want to help the community.
One way
This
we fight
bitch
corruption
gotta
is with
be
our vote,
evil
another way is
to
with our
stop
dollar.
somebody
I'm gonna
like
donate
this from
$500
trying
of
to
my
help
own
the
money
community.
to this cause to keep this food pantry open and
Allegedly.
running so that the city can't squash her out of business, so she can help the people.
Good shit.
I started the Rally Around Dr. Scott GoFundMe. I put $500 of my own dollars in. Let's flood this lady with money. Let's see what we can do as a YouTube community. And this is also a way to stand against Mayor Tiffany. Link is in my description. Let's blow her up. Thank you guys. Let's blow it up. Let's fund this, and let's give a big giant you to the Mayor Tiffany.
Link in my description to the link in his description.
If you try to approach her township, her fortress, what happens?
The police gonna come and
I'm up for the challenge. Let's head over to her township and see if we can speak to her or people that might know more about this story.
Good luck to you.
Yeah, good luck on that.
They shook his hand like good luck.
Hello there. Yeah, as you can tell, some of the city officials don't want to talk about what's been going on, but
let's talk about the motorcade that Tiffany uses to roll around town like she's some sort of crime boss. We did some digging and we found the receipt from the car dealership that Tiffany leased these Tahoes from. On just one of these Tahoes, with a retail price of $93,000, Tiffany overpaid by nearly $56,000. I don't know if she's the worst negotiator on the planet or if there's something fishy going on here, but this is a shining example of how Tiffany has failed the hardworking taxpayers of Dalton. It's
she
purchases
overpaid?
like this that has led the town to be millions of dollars in the
All right, hold the fuck up. She overpaid? All right. I gotta see who this car dealer is first.
We're probably not gonna be able
gotta
to
see
talk
who
to
the
many
car
of these people
dealer
because they know
is,
that they're
but let's see.
guilty, allegedly, but let's
We'll
go into
see
the
down the
township
road.
and see what we can find.
I'm pretty sure he interviewed or tried to interview the
Mayor
car
Tiffany, would
dealer.
you say a hero or villain?
Don't nobody
Why
get
is that?
spared
Everything
with
she's
Tommy
promised,
G.
she's done. You get the garbage picked up properly. There are a lot of improvements. Like
Nice.
She has an amusement park for the kids on Greenwood Avenue.
Are you a citizen? Are you an employee of the city?
I'm a citizen. Yeah, I've lived here for almost 32 years.
Because we talked to some people who are really upset about some of her spending. She's buying $150,000 vehicles, the fact that she's bought an ice rink basically for herself. The naysayers are saying some really damning things about her. What do you think about that?
There's this drumbeat to try to remove her. I don't know if it's because of her youth or what it is.
So would you say
Yeah, who
financially
buddy?
she's spending
But
the
who
taxpayer
buddy?
money appropriately?
I think so.
Why do you think the FBI is in town right now?
There's a
He
lot
the
of
first
hubbub
person that
and a
spoke
lot of
good about
stuff
her.
going around, the people talking, and
All right.
me personally, as a citizen of the city, I haven't seen anything overt.
We just talked to business owners across the street in that strip mall that are not getting permitted and licensed to open up things that will help the community. A lot of these people are saying because they don't donate directly to her campaign, you get stripped of your business license or you're not granted a business license.
Oh, that's interesting. I've never heard of that. If there's such a thing going on, I'm against that for sure. I'm hearing a lot of allegations, but I have not seen
Oh
anything
nah,
concrete.
he definitely paid off.
Oh, good. We're just doing a story. We've heard controversy about the mayor, and we're here to see
Yeah,
if she's
nah.
a hero or a
You
villain.
walked
What is
into
your
it, nigga.
take,
It's
sir?
you on
No, I
camera
don't have
now.
a take. I'm saying, what are you here for? You're just taking.
We're running a video right now.
But you got to get permission to do that.
In a public
No,
area, sir?
no, we
I
don't.
believe so.
No,
In a
no,
public
we
area,
don't.
huh? Which means you get to.
Why everybody forget the law when like you gotta know the law of your state. Why everybody choose to throw out the law when it's time to benefit them? Like clearly he wouldn't have this. He wouldn't even be doing this if he didn't have a chance to get arrested. Like now, if you was, I don't know if that shit gonna work out the same way. But my man Tommy G over here, he can get this shit off. But I mean, the law don't work the same way for as it is for my man Tommy G. So he can get his shit off. But that is a public space, so he can film. And it also depends on the laws of, Illinois. So yeah, let's get back to it.
Film in public. There she is, right there. Oh, is this a public area?
Yeah, but we don't. You have to get a
Funded by the
permission to
taxpayer?
take pictures of people here. You cannot be in here.
Wait, isn't this a public area though?
You can't be with the cameras. Come on out. Come on out.
Yeah, don't nobody want look. Everybody in there complicit.
Step out, please.
Is this a public area?
Sir, please step out.
He the number one.
That's
He
illegal.
he
That's
the
a
top
police
cop.
officer saying that. Sir, can you explain to us a little bit?
I will not.
The man you see here is Deputy Chief Lacey. While you might look at him and
Top
think he's
cop.
a Walmart version of Detroit Urban Survival, he actually is a man with a disciplinary report thicker than the Bible. He currently has 3 active lawsuits against him. All 3 of them allege violations of the Constitution for the acts he is committing. Let me share some of his past actions with you so you can get a picture of the man he is. Let's start with his petty incidents. One of his reports details him threatening threatening the water company over a $300 bill he didn't want to pay. He's also known for trying not to pay tolls when he drives through them. But then,
how the fuck are you not going? How you gonna threaten the water company? How you gonna threaten the water company, nigga? You trying to go against the machine? Oh man, bro, look at what happened when niggas get a little bit of power, man.
get more serious. Many residents have banded together to note his excessive use of force and his use of the taser. In a 2012 incident, he was sued for Fourth Amendment constitutional violations due to excessive force. Lacey lost this case and the judge ordered payment of $12,000 for the incident.
He losing money for the city and shit.
19-year-old Alexis Wilson
You
was shot
costing
7
everybody.
times and killed by Dalton police. Her mom emailed us twice, pleading with us to expose Officer Lacey. Activists Carlos West and Rabbi Michael McLennan protested this killing 7 days later, exercising their constitutional right to free speech. However, their rights were violated by Officer Lacey once again when he ordered their arrest without due cause. They filed a lawsuit, and on March
he a
4th,
piece of
both of
shit.
these men were awarded
Allegedly.
$50,000 in settlements. This is one of Mayor Tiffany's lead lapdogs that she uses to control the town through his goonish actions. Another case
Look,
he was
she
involved in
not
resulted
old.
in the largest settlement in Cook County history.
So I don't know where this
$33.5 million.
mindset come
You guys
from.
step over there on public property.
This is not public property. Where is the public
Sir,
property?
have a good-
First off, he said that the nigga told him step over there on public property. Like the police station wasn't in the realm of public property. Wait, I thought this is private property? Alright, okay. Federal government, alright, okay.
Good day.
Can you not answer my question, sir?
Do you have ID? In Illinois, you have to have ID. Do you
We have ID.
May I see it, please?
What is the thing you suspect us of doing?
He was already ready.
This is a public taxpayer area that we're now being
Step over here, sir.
hassled.
Step over here.
The goons have come out.
Okay. Here we. Oh,
This is quite a response for people doing the story.
Keep walking, sir.
How many police
Yo came up with his gloves like he had to do
What
something.
is trying to accomplish out here?
The mayor. Is she a hero or a villain?
No.
This is part
No,
of the convoy too,
no.
guys. The taxpayer.
You see how quick he told him no? Look how quick he told that man no. Like, yeah, no. You know he top cop. That's the nigga that got 300 hours. That's the nigga that got 300 hours right there. Like, come on, man. Like,
Tahoe's right there. At $150K for a vehicle. Oh wow. That's
Run me
more
over
guys on the scene.
some plates when you're ready.
I can tell you, sir, I'm not riding dirty in the slightest, so there's nothing you'll.
that's a
find.
rental. You ain't gonna get my boy.
Sir, can you do me a favor?
Sure.
Can you have your guys sit in the car, please?
What? No.
You sure?
Yeah,
You
no.
want us to do something off camera, and I'm surrounded by 6 people. I'm not gonna about to do
Yeah,
that.
step back real quick.
Can you please tell me why you refuse to say what the public area is that you want me to go to? Tommy G, they call me. Milwaukee representative.
Everybody cams on?
In Milwaukee, you can literally steal a car and rob a bank and not this many cops show up. So once I come up clean,
That's
then what?
crazy.
Who else got ID?
State of Illinois, you're supposed to have ID.
Go get your ID.
For
Then
what?
come back. Hey, go get your ID. Unlock the car so you can get his ID.
Yo, hey, somebody from the state of Illinois, please tell me if you must have ID out. Because if you, in Maryland, when I was growing up, yeah, you had to have your ID on you if you was of age as a male. That's just what it is, man. It's not like a crime, but they can write you a little ticket if they decide to. But most people don't care about shit like that. They got bigger fish to fry. So please let me know in the state of Illinois, do you need to have your ID or not? Because clearly he's showing on Google that you don't. And these two niggas being dickheads. So let's get back to it. That's probably 300 hours right there. Now listen, this is 300 hours right here. This is probably 250. He probably getting about 250 right here. He probably got an extra bump in pay of about 30 hours. 30 to 40 hours just by doing this and getting on camp. So, yeah, let's get to it.
Not a request.
Oh, it's not a request.
Not at all.
You know you're liable, right? In Illinois.
For what?
Get it right. I know who you are. Got your information. Get it right.
That sounds like
That's a threat. Yeah, wait, are you threatening him?
Nice job. You're valid.
What?
Good for you.
I'm legal, so.
Okay, gentlemen.
I'm
have a good day.
legal.
Are you gonna get your vehicle? I'll get mine. You get yours.
Hey, go to your car. Have a good
Yo,
day.
threatening him.
What the?
That's a cop.
These motherfuckers.
We should probably leave it before they like
That's intimidation. This is why the trustees did not want us to come here.
They mad as shit right now.
Christ, dude. Is this something that someone that's innocent would be doing? Look, business. Shut down.
Hey, I'm not even gonna lie though. In some cynical way, I fuck with Tommy G, but in some cynical way, yeah, that's what be happening to black people sometimes. Like, they just stack up on you. They stack up on you for no reason. Like, you could just be doing nothing and you just walking in the wrong area. And yeah, sometimes they may stack up on you. Like, and that's not to say that happened all the fucking time, but that's one of those cases where it's like, oh shit, did you really need all of these cops? All I did was go over the speed limit a little bit. You know my shit is clean. You just check that. He can leave. So that's how it goes. So, but other than that, he clean, they clean, so everything worked out.
Shut down and shut down. Mayor Tiffany, when you go to jail, there will be many people applauding it.
I think there's only 20 police officers or something like that in Dalton.
Holy shit! That's wow! Oh my god.
Oh yeah, that's
You
Deputy
see-
Chief Lacey. He's the biggest jerk of all.
You see black people reactions?
Like a real man, I will pay you a week's salary. Any gym in Illinois or Wisconsin, I'll meet you there, handle it like men.
Yeah.
I give it to you. If I win, I donate to charity. And I'm pretty sure you're gonna keep your little butt in the office. You're not gonna take up a real challenge. I don't with bullies. You try messing with the water bill company when they're trying to collect their bill from you. You try messing with the toll people. You have a long history, longer than a Harry Potter book, of you messing with the citizens of your city. Come here like a real man and sort it out, but or you can say you're scared.
Yeah,
to walk in the
Tommy G, stand on
office. You're
business.
built like a potato. All right.
Funny.
I didn't even get to the part where
Is
I
that
tell
not a
you
public area?
that she's had me arrested.
What?
Yeah, for picking up her campaign literature off my windshield of my car.
You got cuffed.
Yes. 8 months of them continuing, the court hearing for the case to be dropped by the state's attorney's office for lack of evidence.
Was where we were public area?
Yes.
Inside and outside.
100%.
We were escorted out. Made it
See?
seem like we were doing
I
something
told
illegal.
y'all.
Taking our IDs, pressed. They wouldn't tell them that if we didn't give them our
Like,
ID, they're gonna do
it's a
something.
fucking police
They had
station,
threats
nigga.
to
We
us.
pay
You've done
you.
the FOIA request. You have all the documents. What kind of stuff have you seen in
You
those
work
documents?
for
that
me.
catches
Well,
your
you don't
attention?
work
Things
for
that stand
me,
out,
but
obviously, are the travel.
You
I
should-
mean, it's huge.
you mean
About
serve
2
the
trips
public.
a month, 3 to 6
Protect
days
and
for every
serve.
trip. I would say
took that
95%
shit
of
off
them
their
are
cost.
unrelated to the township. She went to Portland, Oregon for some conference called the Her Voice, like women empower leading other women to God. Anybody who knows when you're using taxpayer funds, when you start putting religion into it, it's a touchy situation because you govern in the township 190,000 voters. Not all of them believe the same thing you do.
How is she living when she goes on these trips?
It's outside of her own pay scale. That's how she's living. She's not living a $300,000 a year life like she's making. She's living a $1 million life because she's keeping her money and spending ours. You get a $600 per day per diem. You don't turn in receipts for those.
Which is a very
means
generous per diem.
You shouldn't be swiping
That's
the
a
credit
nice
card
per
for
diem.
anything, ma'am. Why do I see all of your meals on here? Why do I see your hotels on here?
What
Why
kind
do
of hotel does she stay in? Is it fancy?
Yeah, Hyatt, Hilton's, Four Seasons.
Four Seasons?
Oh yeah, you name it.
Hyatt,
Just the best
Hilton,
of everything.
Four
for her. Flying
Seasons,
first class
damn.
to Las Vegas. Her and Keith Freeman.
First
I know the
class
news didn't
is
say
fucked
that.
up.
He put out her $3,700 flight for herself
She bought a $3,700 flight to Las Vegas?
But Keith Freeman's flight was the
Bro, $3,700 flight from Dalton, Illinois. Yo, hold up. Nah, I gotta check this out real quick. Dalton, Illinois to Las Vegas. Let's just see how much that is. Like, let's just see how far that is. Yo, peep the game. In 2020, I drove to Las Vegas from Baltimore. From Baltimore City, Maryland. I drove to Las Vegas with a few of my friends and my girlfriend at the time. And 36 fucking hour drive. So she's flying first class. It didn't cost us $3,700. That shit is, Vegas is what, a 4-6 hour flight from Baltimore City? It gotta be what, 2 hours? 3 hours. She spent $3,700 for a 3-hour, 4-hour flight. That's what it say. 3 hours and 45 fucking minutes. $3,700. It's something wrong with this bitch. Allegedly.
The same amount. Her and Carmen Carlisle had,
That's
you know,
crazy.
$1,600 flight to Atlanta.
Where is she eating? What kind of places is she going to when she eats on the road?
Steakhouses, lobster, anything you
I
could
ain't mad
think
at
of
that.
that would be high-end dining. For the most part, that's where they're eating. Now, that looked a little different in their little bike ride to Springfield for her non-for-profit. On those trips, they stayed at Hampton Inn. They're bike riding, and they have a full-on DJ being pulled on a trailer behind them. I mean, they're blocking off streets for this.
What else is outrageous that you've seen now that you're privy to the books?
The amount of money she's spending on her PR. That's probably running Thornton Township about $25,000 a month.
So taxpayers, they're not only paying for the front end of
Bro,
all the
that's
bad stuff she's spending money on,
$300,000
but they're
a
paying
year.
for the PR cleanup on the back end as well.
Absolutely.
Wait the fuck a minute. Let's just sit here and think about this. At the beginning of the video, I know I keep stopping, but go watch Tommy G's video. We going through this shit. At the beginning of the video, she said that, maybe not at the beginning, but earlier in the video, they said that she made about $300,000, and we went over the salary. Now you telling me she spend $25,000 a month. That's $300,000 a year. That's the same amount as she's making on PR? Are you fucking kidding me? Allegedly. Are you fucking kidding me? You shit me?
What would it take to just remove her from office?
She was recalled. The residents voted to remove her from office.
What was the percentage vote to recall her?
It was about 56%. We were at about 1,900 to remove her, and about 1,300 said to leave her.
Her salary is $224,000, but if she doesn't get reelected, the person that takes over will get $25,000, and that's a way to deter people from running against her.
The previous supervisor was in his 9th term. Now you can see the $200,000 salary because he worked for it for 32 years.
Yeah.
She keeps his salary because the law for township municipalities says if you take over his term, you complete the term. Whereas in a regular municipality, like if a mayor passed away and the board appointed somebody, the next municipal election, that mayor would have to run. That seat would be up. But in the township, it doesn't work that way. You finish the entire term. My previous boss had passed away 8 months into his term, so she had a full 3 years to finish. So she gets to keep his pay. What would happen, though, if she ran in 2025 and she won, she would have
so
went
she
to
up
a
for
first-term
re-election.
salary. The pay scale was changed dramatically because she made it that she keeps the salary she has now. Anybody else goes down to 25. There's no more salaries by term.
That's
She removed
crazy.
that.
Is there anything positive you can say about the mayor?
I will say she has some ideas that
She got an airtight lock on the salary right now. I mean, tactically speaking, that's strategic. To fight back, to keep niggas from wanting to do that. But now I think in doing that, it's gonna make the mayor gonna go back to the mayor being maybe a tradesman or something like that. Mayors weren't always career politician. Like a career politician, first off, you should never trust a career politician. Cause why? Let's just start with that. Why? I don't give a fuck what you vote for. Why? They are career politicians, which means by design they're gonna just lie to you. They are trained to lie to you. So you should just never trust a career politician in the first place. And yeah, while some may have good intentions and all of that good shit, I don't care. You made a career out of this, of telling people what they want to hear so you can get votes. So I just don't believe that. And so, yeah. But other than that, the shit she's pulling right now with the salary, that's very strategic.
that I think are great. You know, the ice rink. It's beautiful. Visually, it looks nice. Had that been done right and had there been a plan in place, a plan for revenue, a plan, you know, for long-term maintenance, a plan on how we were going to bring people out to make sure that the cost was covered at minimum. This could have been good things for the community. Because of the choice to always do things in a me manner, it never feels like it's for the community. All of the qualities that we see now,
She
that
run
are
this like a
these
mafia
big beast
boss.
qualities, those were all there when she was just little Tiffany Henyard that was a trustee here in Dalton. They just magnified with the money and the power.
I got let go.
Little Tiffany.
I was the maintenance manager for 20 years. I was getting ready to retire. I went on vacation. When I came back off vacation, I was locked out of my office. Was told that I had to see Keith Freeman for my keys. I sat up at the township 3 days in the lobby, getting paid, you know, waiting for my keys. And on the fourth day, I said, forget it. I just took 2 sick days. Then that Friday, I got a termination letter saying I was terminated.
And so your benefits from retiring, or did you not have access to that?
She didn't mess with that at all.
We got harassed by Officer Lacey.
Okay.
What can you say about it?
He's one of the mayor's lynchmen. He just got appointed.
She didn't
that
mess
spot
with
when
that.
the other
That's good.
police chief
She
resigned.
would be
Is there
an
anything in the
evil
books
bitch.
that reflect that police officers
Allegedly.
are getting kickbacks from the mayor?
Oh, their overtime. It averages about 100 hours a pay period for her security. The one he had 303 hours on one bi-weekly pay period.
Most of that at an
$13,000
overtime
check.
rate.
Yep.
A $13,000 check.
Absolutely.
And that's a
Mind you, I did say it's only in a 10-day work period of a bi-weekly check. If he didn't take any days off, that's still 240 hours if you get no sleep for 10 days, Monday to Friday, weekend, and then Monday to Friday. So he would have to work another 2.5 days straight to even hit that 300-hour goal. So let's get back to this.
a cop or security guard?
It was her security guard.
Folks, this channel does not stand for bullies, so I'm happy to put out this piece about Tiffany and Officer Lacey. I hope that town gets cleaned up soon. And folks, just a reminder to contribute to Dr. Scott's GoFundMe. Let's help her out. And last thing, R.I.P.
Please
mainstream
contribute
media.
to
The independents like me
the
are
Dr.
taking
Scott.
over, and they don't like that.
They in
You
a
wanna
food
rep the
desert.
movement?
If you don't
Go
know
to
what
the
a food
website.
desert is, go look
I'll
it
see
up.
you guys next week. Peace.
Y'all don't know what a food desert is, go look it up. I mean, this is a W right here for Tommy G, exposing the most corrupt mayor in America. I've never seen no shit like this, and for it to come from our own skin folk, this is fucking crazy, man. So, I mean, I ain't got nothing else to say about this. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll get back at y'all in another one. I'm out.